That's not allowed here because admissions officers, I like to say admissions officers don't care if you're popular. And they don't care if your friends think you're doing it the right way. They care about outcomes. So when I'm working with family, like the 2% that fail is because the parents or the child, they're more worried about their egos or about their friends than they are about Harvard's thinking they're worth it. Or they're more worried about that than getting a scholarship. But as I learned as a debater, it's about the judge. The judge is the admissions officer. It's not social programming, being cool, or checking off boxes because that's what you're supposed to do. And it's funny because I'm in meetings with admissions officers, and they all say the same thing. It's, we want to know who you are, and we can tell you're faking.
That's critical to jot down.
Yeah.
Somebody right now needs to jot that down family-wise, because this is critical information. I mean, sometimes it's not being told the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really honestly what you're saying is you're digging for the truth.
Yep.
It's not that you're trying to put on a persona, because I don't want anybody to hear that. Put on a persona of you being this
passionate
person or something that you're really not. You're really not. What you're digging for is the truth and saying, me being myself will always get me in the door.
Yeah. But
as you said, it's so many personas sometimes that you're trying to weed through and almost neglect, deflect, and that you're trying to get down to the truth. So if you could say that one more time, what you're saying, admission officer.
And then I'll go so I've been trained to think you're playing for the judge. You're playing for the win. You're not playing for what the audience thinks is cool. So it's being completely honest. Obviously within some limitations. Because I was trained as a Stanford interviewer. I don't do that because there's a conflict of interest now. But you're trained to feel when someone's being self-aware. That's a criteria. You're trained for, I like to say, your maturity beyond your years, or a fully understanding of yourself. So that authenticity is everything. And very few people are willing to do it, and that's why very few people get it. The second thing, do what you want to do, not what you think you should do. And I will say this, we all already know this, right? Like, if you're at a bar and someone's trying to hit on you and they say things like, I'm hitting you because I want someone as pretty as you are, you'll be like, good the hell away, right? But that's what everyone does in their normal lives, and they all do it in the admissions process. And I will tell you, I've read thousands of essays, and college admissions officers have read tens of thousands. You can physically feel it when someone's being fake. And you can see it. People will use the same words, right? I can't tell you how many times a child has written, I have a passion for her. And I remember a Stanford admissions officer saying, actually multiple admissions officers have said this on YouTube, they're like, what 17-year-old has a passion? So then you have the parents telling the child, write about passion, and then someone like me would say that, and I'm like, I have no idea what they're talking about. It's just nothing but cliches. And then the poor admissions officer is like, oh no, not one of these again. And then once that admissions officer starts thinking, that you're pretty much one step away from a rejection when they have 20 other kids who have the same grades, who probably are a little more interesting and more honest. And the same thing goes with jobs. You're interviewing 100 people, they all try to act the same because that's the way they're supposed to do in order to look the part. It's easy to throw them all out of bed.
So really authenticity is in.
It's everything.